안녕하세요 여러분, 저는 린지라는 독일 사람입니다. 반갑습니다. Hello there! In today's video, we will explore the Korean language by looking at words and expressions from the Korean drama series Itaewon class. The series was very successful and I really enjoyed watching it. I really fell in love with the character development that was portrayed in the series, so I thought it would be a great idea to use the series to learn some new Korean. I won't be on my own today, but instead I will be joined by a fellow K-influencer called Amanda. The name of her channel is The Ninja Korean and I will put the link to her account in the description box.
Hey guys, my name is Amanda and it's nice to be here. I hope we learn a lot of words today from Itaewon class.
We prepared 6 different scenes for you. We will show each scene and then explain all the words and the grammar within these scenes.
So without further ado, let's get into the first video.
사랑해요. 사랑해요, 사장님.
Now the first word we are going to be learning, as you saw in the clip, is 사랑해요 사장님. But the word I want to focus on is 사장님. Now I know you know the meaning of 사랑해요 means I love you. Now 사장님 is the type of word you used to call a boss or someone that you work for. So you either hear 사장님 or 대표님. So 대표님 means like CEO and 사장님 means like, you know, the boss. So 사랑해요 사장님 means I love you boss, or my boss I love you. 사랑해요 대표님 means I love you. It's like your boss or something, but it just simply means your boss or the CEO. So 대표님 is for the CEO and 사장님 is like the boss.
나 좋아요?
아니, 사랑하는데?
The scene you just saw is a small dialogue and she asks him, 나 좋아요? 나 좋아요? 나 stands for I or me and 좋아요 means to be good. So do you think of me as good is basically the question. So it really means, do you like me? And then he answers, 아니, 사랑하는데? 아니 means no. And 사랑하는데 comes from the verb 사랑하다, which means to love. The 는데 at the end stands for a contrast. She asks, do you like me? And he answers, no, I love you. Also keep in mind that she uses a more formal language, while he uses an informal language towards her. Let's take a look at the next scene.
내 인생은 좀 써.
The next word is so. So. Now so means bitter. There are different conjugations for so. You can use it the way he used it in the the video. Like for example, if I want to say this thing is too bitter or something this is too bitter, I can just say 너무 써요. 너무 써요. And if I want to say it's too sweet, I can say 너무 달다요. So 달다 is the Korean word for sweet and 써 is the Korean word for bitter. So 써 is bitter, 달다 is sweet.
미안하고 고맙다.
This is a scene where Park Se-roi is calling Jo Yi-seo and he's saying 미안하고 고맙다. 미안하고 고맙다. And there are 2 verbs in this expression. The first one is 미안하다, which means to feel sorry. And the second one is 고맙다, which means to feel thankful. The ko in between these words means and. It basically connects both of these verbs. So he says, I'm sorry and thank you. Now the next scene.
가슴이 이상하다.
So the final word for me that we're going to learn today is 가슴. Now I want us to learn the difference between 가슴 and 심장. Now 가슴 is like your chest and 심장 is your heart. But most times when you hear this phrase in a Korean drama, when maybe for example they want to say like my heart's about to burst.
심장이 터져버릴 것 같아.
Like you watch in the clip, they said 내 심장이 이상하다. 내 심장이 이상하다. You can also say 내 가슴이. You can also use 가슴이 in place of 심장이. Why? Because Like the chest is where the heart is, and the heart is where the chest is. So you can replace 가슴 with 심장. 가슴 with 심장. So it means literally the same thing. So 가슴 and 심장 can mean the same thing.
네. 저 좀 도와주세요.
This scene is a scene where Cho Seo is in a quite dangerous situation and Park Se-roi comes to help her, and then he wants her to say something so he can actually act on it, so he can actually help her. In this situation, she says, 네, 저 좀 도와주세요. 네, 저 좀 도와주세요. 네 means yes, and 저 means I, me, in a polite way. 좀, this word actually means a little, but in Korean, 좀 is also used if you try to politely request something. So they just use this to make the sentence even more polite. The verb of this sentence is 돕다, which means to help. 돕다. 주다 either stands for requesting something or fulfilling a request. And she says, 도와주세요. 도와주세요. Please help. And altogether, the sentence means, yes, please help me. So this was the last expression. I hope you learned a lot of new words and ways to express yourself in Korean. Please also check out Amanda's YouTube channel, The Ninja Korean. I will link it down below. Please follow her channel. She makes great videos about Korea and the Korean language. I hope you liked it and see you in the next video. Bye!